Hello everyone, so today we're going to be ranking every single guitar that I've ever owned. I'm going to try and do it in chronological order. Going to talk about some of the specs, going to chuck in some videos. Some of the guitars on this list were hard to hunt down. I remember I had them at one point. As you can see on this list, quite a lot of Fender. To kick it off, I'm going to set the scene. I was 9 years old. My grandpa was a guitar player in a band in the 60s. Actually, I'm pretty sure he played bass, but he bought me a guitar when I was 9 years old, and it was this Music Alley. It had a speaker in it, had one pickup. I'm pretty sure it was on the neck. It was a hunk of garbage, but an incredibly good hunk of garbage. I played that guitar for 2 years. As my first guitar, I'm going to whack it. It's got to go in D though. I don't really know where else. I'm not going to put it in E because it was my first guitar and it was a gift. It's in the loft somewhere. I'm determined to find it. My next two guitars were left to me by my grandpa, who got me playing guitar. The first one we're going to talk about is this Sunn Mustang. I believe Fender made them in the 80s or 90s. This guitar, it didn't have strings on for 6 years. I then left it in my family's loft for 4 years. No strings on. I basically completely stripped the guitar and I made it into a Tom DeLonge single pickup Strat. But it's got no volume knobs. It's got no tone knobs. It's just got an on-off switch. I filmed myself doing it and that's going to be coming out in a video pretty soon. As the guitar came, it was pretty awesome. And this thing does not move. The neck is solid. I've never seen anything so solid in my life. And for that, and also a bit in my grandpa's, it's going to go in A tier. The next guitar is a Fender Stratocaster from the late 80s, I believe it's 89. This thing is awesome. It plays incredibly, but it came stock with I think they were called Kayla bridges. Hunk of junk. Absolutely terrible. I paid a luthier a couple years ago and he replaced the bridge for me. But yeah, this guitar now, when it came to me, I'm not going to lie, probably would be in C, and it's only there for sentimental value. I believe at the time Fender were trying to compete with the likes of Ibanez. The neck, middle and original bridge pickup have all the same output. So the neck and middle, the middle setting on this guitar is awesome. So how the guitar came to me, C. How it is now, I'm going to put it in S. Obviously, I've got sentimental connection there. If you come to a Polygon show, which is a band I'm in, I'm going to be playing this guitar and another guitar that's on this list. This next guitar is my first Epiphone. When I was, I believe, 12 or 13, I got casted in this book film style trailer called The Blood Guard, and I got paid 150 quid, which was so much money at the time for me. And with that money, I bought my first guitar that I bought myself, and that was this Epiphone Les Paul Gothic. As you can tell, I was entering full emo phase and then never came out of it. I have tiny hands for a guitar player, and especially at the time, this thing hurt. It's messed up my thumb to this day. Still was a wicked guitar, just wasn't really for me. I think I then sold it to my mate. It also had these Warman pickups in. They were tasty. It sounded cool. It looked pretty cool, but it was so heavy. It's got to go in C. I'm putting it in C, and I'm going to get a lot of slack. I'm not a big Gibson guy. As you can see on this list, I go for Fender shit. The next guitar I have on this list is an ESP LTD TE200. Basically, I wanted a Telecaster, but I was playing in rock and metal bands at 14, 15. So I bought this guitar. It played pretty nice. It looked pretty cool. It was so heavy. Had all black hardware, which was the coolest thing ever at the time. Full emo phase. I sticker bombed it very carefully. Just the pick guard. The pickups, however, I hated. They were bad. It's going to go in D. Honestly, I had more fun playing that flame guitar with a speaker built into it. All right, the next guitar on this list is a bass.
What?
Because it's an Ibanez, we're going to have to look up whatever it's called because they have the most stupid names. I love Ibanez, but Jesus Christ, just call them something easy. It is the Ibanez SRMD200-CAM 4-string bass in Candy Apple Matte. This was a P jazz style bass. It had an active EQ in it, and I had no idea how that worked. I was a guitar player that needed a bass. It was short scale, which was cool. It played fine. I didn't like how it sounded. I would have just got a normal P bass, to be fair. I'm also going to be whacking that in D. Next guitar I have on this list is in the photo I have here, it's like a PRS Custom 22, super nice. This guitar, I cannot for the life of me find a photo of. I love Prince, and I'm pretty sure he had like a white and gold guitar. I just was like, yeah, I want that. But I didn't have the money for that. I was a broke 15, 16-year-old, obviously, working in a pub kitchen. So I found a white PRS with gold pickups and hardware. A guy had like built this PRS himself, or PRS style guitar. It was like from a kit. It had the inlays and everything, and it was very poorly painted. It must have been like white house paint. It was bad. The pickups he had got like custom made. It was like a couple £100 for these pickups alone, and he basically just wanted some of the money back for the pickups. The only proof that I own this guitar is a video from the first ever gig I played with the Polygons when I was like 17. It was a pretty awesome guitar. I really loved it. I think it looked sick. It did play really nice. It kind of fought back, but in a cool way. I'm going to whack it in B. I liked it better than the Epiphone Gothic. Next guitar was my first ever Ibanez I'd owned. We had Ibanez guitars at the school I was at the time, just in the music department, like Geos, like really cheap one. This is, and I have it written down here, an Ibanez RGIX20FESM. It was like a limited edition one for the year or whatever. I don't know why I thought this color was sick. It was like an autumn burst, but it went into blue. In this photo, the blue looks way more intense. It was way less intense in person. I've got a couple videos of me playing it. I played the life out of this guitar. This was my main guitar for years. I'm pretty sure it had an EMG 81 in the bridge and like a 61 in the neck. I had like 9-volt battery paranoia though. Always scared that it was going to run out and my tone was just going to sound terrible. Not that it probably sounded that good. Anyway, the completely blank fretboard was so clean. It started my love for kicking off the tone switch. It's going to go in A tier. It was an absolutely beautiful guitar to play. Next guitar is a Squier Affinity Jazzmaster. There was a Jazzmaster that I saw and I thought it just was the coolest looking guitar. They had stopped making it and it was a Fender. It was way too expensive. They didn't sell it anymore as it was like a limited edition run. So this was like the next best thing in the budget I had. This guitar was £180 when I bought it. It played like an absolute dream. I didn't change anything about this guitar. It was a great guitar. If you want to do any mods or just buy an incredible guitar for £180, I'd highly recommend this guitar. I'm going to put it in B. Completely divert from monochrome guitars. I'd sold my Ibanez to a really lovely guy on Facebook Marketplace. With that money, I bought a Fender Lead 3. This guitar was my main guitar for both bands. I wrote loads of songs on this guitar. It was really, really good. It had split coil pickups. I had done some session work for some people as well. It just was really versatile, but that's the thing. It was a jack of all trades, master of none. But it really was just the most 7 out of 10 guitar. Would I recommend this guitar for the money? It was like £500 when I bought it. I believe it was on sale. They were originally $600-700, but I got it for £5 at the time. Really, really lucky. I'd highly recommend this guitar. It's going in C though. The next guitar, this one, I exclusively bought for a music video shoot with Teddy Bear. This is like the only photo I have of it. I basically went on Facebook Marketplace, filtered guitars like lowest to highest, found the cheapest guitar. It was like 20 quid with a Yamaha guitar case. I like scratched it, spray painted the front green, whacked loads of stickers on it and like painted it and wrote things on it. The frets like cut me up. I don't even know what the original brand was on this guitar. I don't even think it had one. I think it was just unnamed. It was cool. It's just unplayable though. Like this next guitar. I don't even really want to speak about this one. I got given it for free. Someone said, oh, you play guitar. Here's a guitar. It was like a Strat starter kit guitar. Fender, Squier, you've done better. E. So I was speaking about that Jazzmaster, the Squier Affinity Jazzmaster in Snow White. Well, I bought that guitar because really, I wanted this guitar. I had been searching for it for ages. The market for them at the time was crazy. They were just selling, one would come up, it would get sold. I was on Facebook Marketplace and this guy was selling one and he agreed to just hold it for me. This guitar was like my dream guitar from when I was like 14, looking at guitars. I've got a very glamorous photo of me at the time. The bridge pickup didn't work. The wiring was messy. The colour of the neck and the colour of the pickguard had just been aged by the sun, but it plays incredibly. I love this guitar. This is my favourite guitar. I bought a early 2000s Seymour Duncan. I've moved the pickup selector on it and taken the tone switch off. It's going in S. So both of my bands were doing pretty well at the time and hopefully still are doing pretty well. I had kind of really good sounding and aesthetic guitars for the Polygons. I want to branch out. I was having a really low point in life and I thought, do you know what would make me feel better? New guitar. And I bought a Epiphone Explorer, but it's like a 3/4 size one. It's from the late 80s, early 90s. Me and my friends make a joke that is the most Fender Gibson that I probably could have bought. I'm not a fan of three either. Oh, easy for me to say. 3 on either side headstocks. And this Explorer has them, obviously, the hockey stick style headstock. And it's a smaller body because I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'10" with shoes. I drove to Ipswich to buy it. And he had bought it in America and bought it over in 2007. It is an incredible playing guitar. I love this guitar. It sounds amazing live. It is not a great guitar to record with. So, for the most Fender Epiphone I could have bought, just because it's not great to record with, it's going in A. I want to put it in S so bad. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this guitar. This next guitar, I didn't need the Lead 3 anymore. I had enough guitars to cover the bases, basically, which is very fortunate. I was on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell the Fender Lead 3. There was a guy who offered to trade me for it. This PRS SE Custom, I believe. Semi-hollow. And I'd never had a semi-hollow before. And I'd only had a fake PRS before. And I had this guitar for about a year. It had a really unique sound. The feedback you could get from it was wicked. And I really like the bird inlays. But I'm going to put it in B with the other PRS. I would love to own another PRS. These next two guitars are the most recent guitars I've bought for no money from Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to keep it really short and sweet. This Fender Bullet Mustang, it's going in B. I've kept it stock. I'm going to repaint it and put different pickups in it. Straight out of the gate. It's so much fun to play. It's awesome. The stock pickups sound pretty cool. Honestly, Squier are doing something with these budget guitars now. They are awesome. And the next guitar I have is this Squier Affinity Telecaster. Now this guitar I bought for £20 with a stand. It is beat up, it's chipped, it's dusty. The input jack plate is cracked in half. Don't know where the other half is. It plays so nice. I'm going to be completely changing the colour, stripping it, modding it, and making it into a video. Right now, I'm also going to put it at B. It's so nice to play. I'd highly recommend those new. So that's my tier list of all the guitars I've ever owned. It's quite Fender and Squier dominated. I'd love to know what guitar you have, which is your favourite guitar, or if you have played any of these guitars, or if you disagree with my ranking and you think I should buy more Gibsons and more Epiphones and play more Gibson and Epiphones. I would love to. I just have small hands. So the chunky Les Pauls just ain't it. But I love this Explorer. Epiphone, hit me up. Let's make tiny Explorers. They are so cool. Thanks everyone for watching. I've got a bunch of links in the description. Please let me know if you'd like to see a video on any of these guitars, either that I currently have or used to own. Please drop a like, and subscribe for more music and guitar related stuff. Stick around and I really appreciate all the support. I'll see you in the next video.